Seminole Indian, you don't want to repent and come back to the Lord, man. You don't want to come back to the Lord's statutes and commandments of the Bible. You know why? Because you're evil as hell, man. And that's why 2/3 of you gotta die. I know they're gonna bring martial law into Chicago, man. I know they're gonna bring, let me get this paper real quick. I know they're gonna bring martial law down there, man. Because you, like the scriptures tell you, we're gonna read it too. You acting like a bunch of wild asses out there. That's how you acting, man. They got this thing, we was talking about it before. They got this thing called trending. Where you wanna put on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, yo, we all gonna meet in such and such place and we just gonna wild out for the night, right? That's the New York Post yesterday. It says, new H.O.I mayor cut mob some slack. Now, it says, give them space. Chicago Mayor-elect Brandon Johnson says, riotous teens need safe spaces, not demonization. Look at it. Look at these little nigglets, man, smashing cars or jumping on top of cars, smashing them. So the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, I'm gonna read a little bit of this article. This is the New York Post, Tuesday, April 18th, 2023, page 6, right? And it says, Chicago Mayor-elect Brandon Johnson responded to last week's violent teen takeover of the Windy City's downtown area by arguing the public not to demonize the hordes of rampaging young people who set cars on fire, clash with cops, and damage private property. So, Brother Brandon Johnson, new mayor, they got rid of lesbian Lightfoot.
Yeah, Lori
right?
Lightfoot.
They got rid of lesbian Lightfoot, right? But the new mayor, Brandon Johnson, he's saying that you shouldn't demonize the children. They need places that they can go to. They need an outlet, which is true, right? That's, you know, we always got a 50-50 theory with our people.
Right.
Half of it is our problems. The other half is the problem of Esau in the system. We know that. But he's saying don't demonize them because you took all the programs away from them, so they don't have nothing to do. They're wilding out, which the brother got a point to a degree. But also is a sign of the time. These little niggas are a bunch of demons.
Right.
Right? That's all it is. Let's go to Jeremiah 2.
Gremlins, man.
Right? Bunch of damn gremlins,
real life gremlins.
Right? Don't what is it? Don't feed them after dark.
Right. Don't feed them after midnight.
Don't pour water after midnight.
Yeah.
Right? Or feed them or whatever the case may be.
Don't feed them after midnight and don't pour water on them because they multiply.
Right, exactly. Right. Gremlins, man.
Gremlins.
Gremlins, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember when I first came in One West, a brother was teaching. He's teaching in the camp, and I was looking at, that's when we had cassette tape. And I was looking at, no, it had a VHS.
Right.
And I was watching the VHS tape, and the brother was like, you a bunch of gremlins.
Right.
Said they made that movie about y'all.
Them niggas.
That movie was about Jake, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to Jeremiah 2, and we're going to start at 20. It says, for of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou saidest, I will not transgress. When upon every high hill and under every green tree, thou wanderest playing the harlot. So the Most High said, listen, when I showed mercy on y'all and broke y'all bands, meaning took y'all out of captivity, delivered y'all, y'all said y'all wasn't going to sin no more.
Right.
But then y'all go right back, and under every high hill and mountain, you play the harlot. Meaning in these churches, religions, right, fashion, whatever our people make into a religion, basically. Right. Niggas make Wilder in Chicago into a religion. Right. Now they like, yo, let's just, they call it trending. Right. They go, we just gonna meet up and be a wild ass mob downtown Chicago. And Brother Brandon, see, that's one of them jakes that's like, and Chicago is like that, because I've dealt with brothers and sisters in Chicago, and they like, don't judge our brothers like that, and argue. But listen, when somebody's off, they off. Right, off is off. And off is off. Yeah. Because they can choose, they can sit their ass in their house and stay on their phone and their computer. Right. They don't have to go out there and wild out. Right. So you can say they took the programs from them, which is true to a degree, because what they say, an idle mind is Satan's playground. Right. So that is true, but a demon is a damn demon. This is a generation of vipers, like Solomon said in Proverbs. Right. So reading on, it says, Verse 21, yet I planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
Right.
So while the cops is telling the 15, 16, 17-year-old girls to go home, and they twerking, they put their ass up in the air and twerking on the cops.
Right.
So of course, the Lord said, you turn into a degenerate plant of a strange vine. It says, for though thou wash thee with my tree and take thee much soap, yet thine iniquity is marked before me, saith the Lord power. So the Lord is looking at all of our people's wickedness.
Right.
He said, you out there, hell, they're literally playing a harlot.
Right.
Right here, they're talking about a spiritual harlot, but they're literally playing a harlot.
Right.
The cops is telling you, go home, young lady, get out of here. Not that he so really care, but he's like, I don't want to have to babysit you niggas.
Right.
But y'all can stay out here and kill each other, but it's my job to tell you to go home.
Right.
So what? Eve, in turn, she twerks her ass on the damn cop.
Right.
So she's lit. Our people are spiritually playing a harlot and
Right.
literally. All right, reading on it says, how canst thou say I am not polluted? I have not gone after Balaam, meaning they worship of the gods and Satan. See thy way in the valley. Know what thou hast done. Thou art a swift dromedary traversing her ways, a wild ass used to the wilderness.
Right, a
and
wild
that's what our
ass.
people got, a bunch of wild asses. So the brother, he's trying to take up for them and say, don't demonize them. They just need some kind of God, which is true.
Right.
Which is true to a degree. But on the other hand, they're a bunch of damn demons too, man. Right? So reading on, it says, I'm going to read it again. It says, Chicago Mayor-elect Brandon Johnson responded to last weekend's violent teen takeover of the Windy City's downtown area by arguing the public not to demonize the hordes of rampaging young people who set cars on fire, clash with cops, and damage the private property. See what the Post called them? Hordes of ravaging young people, right? Right, but so that's what it is. So we got to understand our people, you know, I remember at 15, 16, 17 years old, I chose to do certain things.
Right.
Whether I was in the truth or not, but there was older brothers around me telling me to do the right thing.
Right.
There was my moms telling me I chose to make those choices and be a damn demon. I was young, I thought I knew everything, but in the long run, the Most High is going to judge our people, man.
Right.
Right, Israel about to go into, yeah, man, like I said, they're going to bring martial law into Chicago, man. They're going to bring martial law out there. So, the Most High said, Jeremiah 2:24, a wild ass used to the wilderness that snuffeth up the wind at her pleasure. Meaning our people go with anything.
Right.
They just snuff up the wind, man. They you know how the wind blows back and forth, and they snuff it up. Israel got no direction, man. They just all over the place, right? It says, in her occasion, who can turn her away? All that seek her will not weary themselves. In her month, they shall find her. Meaning, our people going to be judged by the Most High.
Right.
When Esau bring that martial law down, he going to be like, we know right where to go to get these niggas.
Right.
And they're going to kill and destroy our people. So now I believe that martial law is going to come, man.
Oh, it's coming.
It's going to come inevitably, but Chicago might be one of the cities that they're going to start with.
Right.
Right, to test out. So our people, man, they in for a rude awakening and judgment by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So
it's so bad.
Bring it out.
Chicago is a colloquialism for nigga.
Right.
So when they say, when the Edomite debaters, when they say, well, what about Chicago?
Right.
In other words, what about the niggas?
What about the niggas?
It's a colloquialism.
It's a colloquialism, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what did Hillary Clinton say? Super predators.
Super predators, yeah.
Right now, Esau could eat. All Esau got to do is say, see, look at them.
Yeah.
Right now, Esau's the devil.
Right.
He did cause it.
Right.
So Willie Lynch and destroying our people and taking away the programs, gentrification, yeah, that's a part of it.
Right.
But you still got to make a choice.
Right.
And you got a conscience, you know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High said. Let's get Luke. All right, let's get Luke 12:47. This is what the Lord said about our people.
Esau low-key loves when shit like that happens because now he got an argument point now.
Exactly.
What about the look at that?
Exactly.
You guys are just, you can't control yourselves.
Today and raising the awareness of what's going on in the streets of Chicago. We're standing here today near the spot where 2 tourists were mugged at gunpoint just outside of their hotel last night. This is not a test. This is a wake-up call. Chicago is living the purge. when criminals ravage at will and the cops are told to stand down.
And the super predators. He didn't tell him to go out there.
Yeah, there's no white person that said, hey, black guy, go out there and start riding.
Right.
You guys just do that on your own, man.
Right.
Don't blame me, man.
Right, you set the condition though, you damn devil. Right?
They got an argument point for the next 3 years. Right?
Yeah, they love that. They love that. They love that. It says, let me see. St. John 12, and no, I'm gonna wait to get that one. Let me get the one in Luke. Let me get the one in Luke. Because even though, see, Esau could say that, and he would be true to a degree. But even though his ass set the conditions for it,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's gonna be his scapegoat.
Right.
What white guy told you to go out there and be doing that stuff, man? You know what I'm saying? Right? You can't blame that on the system. Right? It says Luke 12 and 45. All right. It said yeah, I'm gonna start at 12:45. Luke 12:45. But if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maidens, and to eat and drink, and to be drunk. And that goes into like a lot of brothers and sisters that leave this truth.
Right.
What happens is they say Christ delaying his coming.
Right.
Right, they say, well, you know, I don't know, and da-da-da-da-da. They start saying, damn, it's taking too long.
Right.
I want my kingdom here and now. And it said they start beating the maid and men servants, because then they start attacking you for still believing and still doing the work. They start coming at you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
46, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him asunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. You might as well never came in the truth and just been a 2/3 nigga. Right. Right, so H.O.I said you're going to be appointed with the unbelievers. And that servant which knew the Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. You knew that. Right. Right, so you're going to be, your punishment and judgment going to be harsher. Right, but what the Lord said. 48, but he that knew not, and did commit things worthy of stripes, shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. So of course, those that supposed to know better, they're going to get a harsher judgment. Right. But those that didn't know better but still went the hell off, they're going to be punished too. Right. So that goes into a lot of our people. They'll say, well, they don't know and da-da-da. Listen, your conscience tells you when you're doing something wrong. You don't have to go in down Leviticus and read the law. A lot of times your conscience. Right. The prime example, adultery. Why does a man and a woman sneak around if the woman is married? Right. Or if they married, why they sneak around? Because it's something in their spirit. They don't have to read Leviticus 20 and 10. But in their spirit, they like, this is wrong. Right. Why does a drug dealer hide his drugs? Right. Why when somebody wants to stick up somebody, a lot of times they wait till night or dark. Right. They wait till nobody's looking. A lot of times they look around because they know they're doing something wrong.
You wouldn't stick the crack pipes in your mom's mouth and tell her to smoke it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Right. Unless you're just an evil nigga.
Unless you got to be an evil nigga.
You got to be an evil nigga. Yeah. Right? And then years later, you might come back and say, I apologize. I was the one that introduced you to the truth. Right. And that was wrong. Yeah. You still might come back and say that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, reading on Luke 12:49. I have come to set fire on the earth, and what shall it if it be already kindled? It's already kindled, man. Right. The judgment of the Most High is already poured out. It's here. Right? There's a lot going on in the earth, destruction. You know what I'm saying? You see this situation, get this one, out in good old KC. Kansas City. Wrong door gunner charged. All right, man 85 faces life in KC teen shoot. Right? A young black man knocks on the wrong door and get popped. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right here it says tragic. Ralph Yarl, right, his name is Ralph Yarl, Y-A-R-L, top and in hospital above, was shot twice, once in the head and in the arm by Andrew Lester Inset. Prosecutors charge after the team mistakenly rang his doorbell. And you can see the white supremacist. Look at this devil, man. Look at his face, man. Get that good white supremacist devil. And you know all that was I got an excuse to shoot me a young nigga. Right.
I didn't even have to
my doorbell.
Right.
I got an excuse to shoot a young nigga.
I didn't have to go hunt for him.
I didn't have to go hunt for him.
The deer ran in the cage.
Like that coach said.
Yeah.
Like that coach said, Atlanta
yeah.
Was a perfect hunting ground.
Right, the hunting ground. Yeah, Atlanta, downtown Atlanta, man.
God, so I'm gonna read a little bit of this. The elderly homeowner who allegedly shot a black teen in the head after he mistakenly rang his doorbell in Kansas City, Missouri, was hit with 2 felony counts Monday, as prosecutors said he could spend the rest of his time in jail. Andrew D. Lester, 85. I noticed that 85.
Yeah, old man.
Right, old racist bastard.
Yeah.
Man. Old bastard. Remind me of Billy Bob Thornton's father in Monsters Ball. I had some bigger juice in my day.
Yeah, I had some bigger juice in my day.
Right, old ass racist crap.
Yeah.
So he didn't have to go hunt. You know, he fulfilled what that coach said about Atlanta.
Right.
He didn't have to go hunt for a nigga. The prey came to his door.
Right, God.
Right, so that's all Esau just being Esau.